Hey everybody, Jokerfate here with another video. I hope you guys in the US are enjoying your Thanksgiving week. So I got to thinking that, first off, I am a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, an outstanding trilogy of movies, one of the greatest film sagas of all time, right up there with Star Wars in my book. And, of course, the whole world's, again, caught up in Hobbit fever, because, obviously, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, opens up next month, and I'm very excited to see that, and I hope it's, just as great, if not better, than the Lord of the Rings movies. And so I thought, now would be a perfect time to show off my, Lord of the Rings collection. So I do have a fair amount of Lord of the Rings stuff. You don't see it a whole lot on my channel because I just don't really have it displayed. I think I'm going to change that and kind of cycle things out. If you can tell in the background of all my videos, things haven't changed much in the past few months or a couple months. So I might just cycle that out and display some of this Lord of the Rings stuff. So I'm very excited to show you guys off. It's not the best Lord of the Rings collection out there. I don't have every piece, every figure that's ever been released, but I do have a good bit of them, and I'm excited to show it off to you guys. And of course, feel free to tell me what you think in the comment section below, and like it if you like this video, and if not, tell me why, so I can continue to improve and make better videos and stuff. So let's go check out the collection now. So here we are with all the 6-inch old Toy Biz Lord of the Rings figures that I have. Yeah, so I have a couple of the box sets and a fair amount of the figures loose. So we're just going to go from left to right, talking about the figures I have. And yeah, so just let's start off here. Over here we have the Last Alliance Defeat of Sauron special gift box set. I know the glare is kind of bad on these. If I can just, there you go, you can see. I forget some of the characters' names, I can forget that. That's Isildur's father, the old king of Gondor. There, of course, himself is the big man, Sauron. Huge figure. You can tell they have a little dip in the packaging right there, so I would say he's maybe close, almost a foot. Yeah, maybe, I'm not sure. Of course he's in box, so I can't like measure him or anything. And over there again, I kind of forget the name, but there's the king of the elves in the Last Alliance. Again, I'm not so sharp on the names. It's been a while since I read up on it. There we go. So I'll give you guys a look at the Last Alliance, the Defeat of Sauron gift pack. Move along here, some of the loose figures I have. Here we have Eomer in his king outfit from, of course, the end of Return of the King. Which we will talk more about that because I do have that box set over there. So, yeah, but there's Eomer in his king outfit, or king attire. I can zoom in a little bit, give you guys a better look at him. Overall, I think it's a pretty good likeness to Carl Urban. I do think that the figure looks ever so slightly cross-eyed. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but in real life, I don't know, something's just a little bit off on that head sculpt. But his outfit's really nice, great paint apps, as Toy Biz always did. Toy Biz, of course, the original makers of the outstanding Marvel Legends toy line. And this is one of the other licenses they had back in their day, and they did a great job with it. So moving along here, we have Faramir in his ranger outfit. This is, of course, his look from the Two Towers, and in Return of the King also he wears it for a bit. overall, really nice figure. He comes with this huge longbow and actual arrows, actual individual arrows. If I can, let's see, try if I can get it out there. Well, I'm not going to try and get, but actually individual arrows, and not just like 1 or 2, but like 6 individual arrows. You just don't see that kind of detail with action figures anymore. So really nice. I love that they actually include, and the bow has a string too, so very cool. The head sculpt, it could be better, honestly. The main gripe I have with it is that he is really orange. Yeah, that's not just a trick on this camera, but he is a very orange figure. And I don't believe that's just due to age or anything. He just came like that, so, you know, he looks like he belongs on Jersey Shore or something. I'm just saying. So, I'll give you guys a look at his body. He also comes with a sword, which I forgot to mention that over here on Eomer. He does have his sword also. Very cool, the crest of Gondor on his clothes. It's a very nice figure. Moving along here, we have a ring wraith, and in particular the Witch King when he's just in his regular ring wraith outfit from the Fellowship. And how I know that is because he has this little mechanism on him. If I can show it off without making things fall over, there we go. He has like a stabbing mechanism, little play feature on him. So that's how you can tell if it's the Witch King. So he has a little stabbing mechanism from obviously on Weathertop when he stabs Frodo. Yeah, so very nice looking figure. The only thing I don't really care for is that play feature because it restricts his arm articulation a good bit. That arm is fine. It just has kind of like an evil, like grasping look, like give me the ring kind of thing. But very nice looking figure. I love the ring wraiths. Very cool enemies for the Lord of the Rings. Along here we have Gandalf the White, and I believe this figure was from Return of the King. Not so sure. Or it could be Two Towers again. Not really sure, but very cool looking figure. Outstanding head sculpt in my opinion, if you can tell. Just a great likeness of Ian McKellen, and the hair looks amazing. And comes with his staff and his sword. He has a mechanism also, I believe, but I'm not going to try because we have a little Frodo there in front. Don't want to make everything topple over. But I believe that he too has like a swinging sword play feature. But a very nice looking figure indeed. Let's see, you can take a look there. The figure is a little yellowed with age, so he looks more like Gandalf the Yellow than Gandalf the White. But it's not that bad, honestly, and it still looks really nice. And out here in front we have little Mr. Frodo Baggins. I'd like to point out off the bat, awesome head sculpt, likeness of Elijah Wood. I think they got that really nicely. I believe this is from the Fellowship. You can see he's got Sting in his hand, and he's got his little hobbit cloak. But the articulation is pretty limited on this figure. He just has kind of like basic articulation, swivel at the legs and at the shoulders, and swivel head. So that's all he can do. You pretty much the only pose you can get him in is this kind of like a leaning forward or walking forward look. So, but still a nice looking figure, I must say. Moving along here, continuing with the loose figures. Here we have Legolas, which I believe that he was the one that came in this big pack with that horse there. So I believe that is Legolas's horse. And I'll show you guys the horse in just a second. But first, let's talk about Legolas. Very cool figure. Again, since he is an archer, he does come with several individual arrows and a string bow. You can see I have the bow in his hand. So, I guess you could actually shoot off a toy arrow with it. And he has his 2 daggers that he uses in the movies. You can see I got him in kind of like a drawing for an arrow position. As far as the head sculpt, I'm not sure how I feel about this head sculpt, honestly. I mean, you can somewhat tell that it's Orlando Bloom, but it's not like outstanding head sculpt. But it gets the job done. It does look pretty nice, though, as far as the details go. And his hair, of course, looks very nicely detailed. So I can give you guys a overlook of Legolas. Again, I'm not sure which movie this figure came from, but he did come with that horse. I'm pretty certain that is Legolas's horse. Again, I can't really bring out the horse without making all the figures fall over. So you can see a very nice horse. This is the only horse figure that I have in my collection, but it is a nice horse figure at that. His neck and head area is like made out of soft rubber, so you can kind of ply it a little bit. He does have this little head armor piece there that you can take off if you wish. And you can see there is button that when you press it, his he does actually like kind of do like I'm not sure with horse terms, but kind of like when the horse rears and it swings its feet around. So like that, or I guess it can be like kind of like a trotting action too. So yeah, nice horse figure, I guess. I haven't really tried. I do believe Legolas can actually ride him. I'm not sure with the leg articulation, but I'm pretty sure he can do it. And over here is the Aragorn corner, since I have several Aragorns, because he is my one of my favorite characters from the entire film trilogy. Going in sequential order here, at the back we have Aragorn from Fellowship of the Ring. This is him in his kind of like ranger look, and specifically from the scene on Weathertop where he's chasing off the ring race with the torch. And in days gone by, there actually was a light-up feature on this torch, like when you put it in his hands, it lit up. But of course, the batteries are long dead on that, but you know, you can still hold it and look pretty cool. So, yeah, pretty decent figure, I must say. Probably the weakest of this group, because that light-up feature, a lot of wiring in his arm, you can't do much with it. So, but a nice-looking figure, and I guess with that combined with the Nazgul over there, you can recreate the scene from Weathertop. Then over here we have Aragorn from the Two Towers. You can see he's got his sword. Also, yeah, I forgot to mention that figure over there does have his sword as well. You can see his look from the Two Towers, specifically from like the Battle of Helm's Deep. He does have like an action swinging arm feature that, yeah, again, not a huge fan of. Would have liked if Toy Biz had left those features out of these figures, but I'm not complaining, you know. They're still amazingly detailed. And on all these figures, pretty good likeness of Viggo Mortensen, I must say. And you can't see it from this angle, but he does come with his little knife that we see in the movies that is removable from his holster. So, very nice figure. Then up here at the front we have King Aragorn from the end of Return of the King. Same Aragorn that's in this pack that we're going to talk about here in just a second. But excellently detailed, I must say. You can see his crown from all the way down. Very nice detail on his armor. And he has his sword, of course, and this nice cloak, this nice soft plastic cloak that you can take off if you want. So, very nice Aragorn. And so let's zoom out here for a second and talk about this special gift pack. This is the Coronation gift pack. Obviously recreating the scene from the end of Return of the King, where Aragorn becomes king. Yeah, going down. Starting over here, we have another Faramir. This time, of course, in his outfit from the end of Return of the King. And I must say, it's a pretty good likeness of the actor who played Faramir. I forget his name at the moment. But let's see if we can zoom in. So I think they did a lot better job on this figure. Oh, is he going to focus? There we go. A lot better likeness of Faramir on this figure than with this figure over here. So moving on, we have Eowyn in her her coronation outfit. Yeah, not a whole lot to say there. A pretty good likeness of the actress who played her. I forget her name. Sorry about that. You know, And yeah, and it looks like she has a little cloak that you can take off there. Again, these figures are in packaging, so I'm not quite sure. Here in the center of it all, we have the same Aragorn over here. Most of these figures were released as individually packed figures, with the exception of Eowyn and Faramir there. But the rest, I do believe, were also individually available. So we already talked about Aragorn, so we don't really need to spend much more time on him. Over here we have Arwen in her coronation dress. Very nice looking figure. Pretty good likeness of Liv Tyler. Yeah, I believe Liv Tyler. That's her name. Okay, so yeah, pretty nice looking. And again, over here we have the same Eomer that we have as over there. So again, not going to really rehash what I've already said. And hey, if you can see the camera in the reflection. So pretty good likeness again of Carl Urban. This one looks like it doesn't really have the cross-eyed flaw going on as with the other ones. So maybe that's just a little weirdness with that figure in particular. So there we go. That's an overview of all the 6-inch figures that I have from Lord of the Rings. Let's do a little sweep over again with the Defeat of Sauron gift pack, all the individual figures I have, and the Coronation gift pack. But as I say on the infomercials, wait, there's more. So I have more than just this. I have a good bit of these 12-inch collector's figures and small figurines. So yeah, let's go check those out now. And here we are with these miniature Lord of the Rings figurines. That's a lot of eens. So anyway, I only have a few of them, as you can see. And pay no attention to the Project Boba in the background. So I only have a few of them, but they are pretty neat. So I thought I might as well go show them off. First off, we have Gimli and Legolas riding on Legolas's horse. So that's why I think that big one that we just saw was Legolas's, because on this figurine it's his. So anyway, pretty nicely detailed and well painted, I must say, for such small figurines. To give you an idea of how small these guys are, try not to knock stuff over. Let's bring a Star Wars figure in here. So you can see, they only release, this is one of the larger ones too, so they only stand about as tall as a Star Wars action figure. So, they're small little things, but pretty cute, nice little desk decorations, I guess. So I'll give you guys a look at Legolas and Gimli. Pretty nicely detailed. And you got this horse and this nice base. So moving on. First off here, we have a little Frodo figurine. Again, pretty nicely detailed for their size. And it comes with this little miniature Sting. And all these figures come with these little muddy bases that are supposed to make them make the figurine stand up better, but I think they actually do quite the contrary, or quite the opposite. But I managed to get Frodo standing on this base because it has a little peg in it where you can stand him, and so he's standing fine for now. Moving on in the background here, we have a Rider of Rohan. Again, he comes with that little base, but I could just not get him to stand on it, so I just have him leaning up against this diorama. And, yeah, again, nicely detailed for the size. Nice paint apps on the horse, too, I must say. Different shading and stuff. So these are excellently sculpted and painted figurines. So, but I'm just not much of a person to collect figurines, but I just happen to have these. So I might as well show them off. And this guy, I can't really get him to stand. This is a little Samwise Gamgee. If I get this to focus on him. Again, he's a nicely sculpted and painted little figurine, and he comes with a little sword also, so cute. Set him down there for a second. And my favorite figurine out of the Lord of the Rings ones I have has to be this Ring Wraith. I think this is a really cool little figurine again, very nicely sculpted and detailed. His cloak looks like real fabric, very nice, and lots of shading going on there. He comes with a little sword, and is in his kind of preparing to lunge to attack position, I guess. Let me see if I can. Let's see. Again, has this little base for him to stand on. He's got mud on his shoes because he's trodden through the mud, of course. This has to be my favorite out of all these four figurines. So yeah, that's just a quick look at these little figurines I have. Now let's take a look at the 12-inch collector's figures.